So if you want to watch a movie that'll make you feel old, watch this movie. Man, I was a kid when the show started. SpongeBob Spun Out of Water is the new SpongeBob movie, a sequel to the original SpongeBob movie that came out 10 years ago. 10 years ago. In this one, Plankton is, yet again, trying to steal the Krabby Patty formula for his own. And when he's trying to get it from SpongeBob, it magically disappears. So him and SpongeBob end up being suspect for having stolen it. So they are now on a mission together to try and find out what happened to the Krabby Patty formula. Then it turns out a pirate, played by Antonio Banderas, who's been reading this story to some talking seagulls, actually stole the Krabby Patty formula, even though he was reading about it being stolen when it happened. So that's a little weird. And then, of course, it's up to SpongeBob and the rest of the main characters to go up on land and retrieve back the Krabby Patty formula before all of Bikini Bottom is destroyed in basically an apocalypse. So I actually like the first 3 or 4 seasons of SpongeBob. The show was really funny back then, and it had clever writing. But then, of course, after the first movie, Stephen Hillenburg left the show, left it to Paul Tibbitt, who kind of brought it downhill quite a bit. And he's also directing this movie. But on the plus side, Stephen Hillenburg did come back, so there is hope, my friends. Now, to be honest, when I saw the trailer, I was a little bit worried because of all the 3D animation. I was like, oh no, is this going to become the Smurfs or Alvin and the Chipmunks? Why do you have to take these classic cartoon characters and make them 3D animated characters in the real world setting? It's stupid and it doesn't work. Why must you do this? But fortunately, that's only about the last third or so of the movie. Most of the movie is in the traditional SpongeBob animation, so I was very happy to see that. And the animation is good, and of course the voice acting is still good. One of the things I liked about the original SpongeBob was the funny and random but well-written humor, which hit just at the right mark. And I will say, there is a little bit of that in this movie, but there's not quite as much as I would prefer. There are parts of this movie that did remind me of classic SpongeBob, like the song about working together as a team. It reminded me of the fun song from the episode where Plankton and SpongeBob are having fun together, being friends or whatever. And there were other moments like that too, but I just wish there was more, honestly. It wasn't bad. I laughed enough, but there just could have been so much better, more well-written humor. Also, some of the characters take too much of a backseat, like Squidward. Squidward is one of the funniest characters on the show, because that is a source of a lot of the comedy. With SpongeBob and Patrick, these crazy adults that are just completely childish in every way, living right next to this super serious character, Squidward. It's perfect for so much great comedy, but they don't take advantage of any of that, and that's just really disappointing to me. Also, some of the characters aren't even like how they are in the show. Like Patrick, who betrays SpongeBob in this movie because he believes that Plankton and SpongeBob teamed up to steal the Krabby Patty formula. Patrick would never do that. I get that you want to have this story where it's SpongeBob and Plankton going on this journey at first, but give something else for Patrick to do. He's SpongeBob's best friend, loyal to the very, very end. He would never betray him over something like that. And also, as I mentioned before, it's really weird how the pirate played by Antonio Banderas happens to also be reading this story while he's acting in the story by stealing the Krabby Patty formula. How is that really happening at the same time? I have no clue. It's really weird and doesn't make any sense, but okay. There are some funny bits too, like with the SpongeBob theme, they make a joke that the pirate doesn't want to hear the theme, and that's kind of funny too. All in all, I guess I'd give this movie 3 out of 5 stars, which means it's just alright. I'd give it slightly higher for kids because they'll definitely enjoy this. It was pretty funny. I didn't hate the movie at all. I just think they missed out on some great opportunities for comedy and could have done a lot more with it. But what they did with it, it still worked. It was still funny enough. I did laugh. I laughed at some of the jokes about the original series and about more of the sillier moments when they're making fun of that. So that's my review of SpongeBob Spun Out of Water. And like, comment, and subscribe. And tune in next time for some more reviews. And also keep an eye out for a reaction video from me and Rhoda Shane about the Oscars. So I'll see you in the next video.